Alright, so these pallets are going to be my cabin, which is set right here. And I came down here the other day, just looking at them. Noticed they're rotting. And due to lumber prices now, I haven't built anything on it in a year at this point, probably. And so I decided to cut them up for kindling for me to sell. So I got the 4-wheeler and the trailer, and I'm gonna load them up, and then we're gonna go cut them up for kindling. Alright, so I got the saw and the ammo can wood stove because it is very frigid and muddy. As you see, I just about fell. So we'll get the ammo can stove, we'll set it right about there, and we will get her lit and get warm. Perfect. So that looks pretty good, if I do say so myself. We got a lot of briars around here, but oh yeah, we'll get a fire lit. Alright, so we're gonna get the pallet unloaded and get the saw fuel and oil, and then I'll show you how I cut my kindling. Oh, that would have been cool. Alright, so this pallet here, it's got full support underneath. Got a piece of wood. dry, in case you can't see that. And I plan to take saw and run down each skid. We'll split it up from there. I'll walk through the first one with y'all, then probably time lapse the rest of it. But yeah, so let me get my gauge piece, which does not seem to be here. It's funny, but okay. I have to use one of these. Alright, so I plan on selling kindling by the 5-gallon bucket for $7, and that is about the right height for a 5-gallon bucket. So we'll get this marked out, and then we'll get okay, so get the chaps on, and then I shall get to cutting. It's cold this morning. It might not want to start on me, but we shall see. Once you get these pieces, I'll bring y'all closer to demonstrate. But I do with the pieces once I'm done. So y'all can't see that, can you? Here, let me move you on my cutting stove here. See if that helps at all. Yeah, that looks better. All right. Then I just take it and just, sometimes they're difficult because they grow in different directions. Maybe this isn't a good demonstration piece. Well, that's about what you want there. Just like that, you got some good kindling. Now, I'm gonna put this piece in the stove because it's very small. pile with these just off to the side. Actually, I'm going to fill up my dump wagon over here. Nice. So I will time lapse the rest of this so y'all don't have to sit and watch the boarding. All right, well, that's how much kindling we got from 2 pallets, essentially. There's some pieces over there that are really wet, and I don't want to put them in here. But I'd say that's about 7 to 8 gallons. This dump wagon is 25 gallons. I mean, not 7, 8 gallons. Sorry. That's probably about 15 gallons, because it supposedly is a 25-gallon dump wagon. Like 2-point-something cubic yards, maybe, but the saw's cutting great. It's going fairly smooth. I only have 2 more for now, but the wood stove is doing excellent. And don't think I waste these. The ends of the pallets. Oh, that one is bad. But, yeah, I'll just go show you. So this is an old diesel fuel tank that we have on our property. Nobody uses it. We don't have the diesel tractor anymore, so we don't have a use for it. So I think if I cut this off about long enough for me to weld a hinge on here, I can light fires underneath of it and make it into a kiln for drying some lumber. As you can see up top, it's got the little flap right there where you would fill it. And I think if I cut these legs off right about there with the angle grinder and put rocks in the bottom, I can make a decent kiln for drying lumber out. But I don't know. It's just an idea. Well, of course the camera had to fall over, but we got that last pallet cut up. Those are the little skids for it right there. That's how much kindling we have so far, which is pretty good. It would have been nice to have some more straighter grain stuff so it's split easier, but I can't complain. I can't complain at all. And the pulling is really waking up. I think those the piston rings are finally setting in, because it got more power than it did when I started it. And it said to break it in on true fuel, which I don't know if you know what that is, but it's a pre-mixed 100% ethanol free fuel. But I think it runs better on just straight up mix. But would you take a look at this? It is oiling a lot. I don't know if you can see that, but all that up and down the bar, that's oil. That's not like moisture or nothing. I have no clue what's going on in there. I might have to take that oiler apart and look at it, but like, just look. All of it's just pure oil. So we'll get some more clips of splitting this up. And all right, so here it is. Made a little chair so you can sit here and do some hunting. I'll clear a nice shooting lane straight to that ribbon down there, if you can see it. I don't know. Yeah, there it is. Pink ribbon right there. I'm gonna clear that shooting lane. It's a little higher up on this hill because it goes here and then it drops down. So there's a hickory tree right over there that I think I want to cut down and make into a tree. Now that one right there, that hickory tree is good for putting a tree stand in. But there's a little bit, one about this size, but as you can see, it's some pretty lumber. Would have been nice to make a sawmill. Sorry to get a little check right there. Cut this thick slab right here. Cut that into a cutting board and cut that up, but it's hard to cut a bunch of stuff with chainsaw, but yeah, look at that. Beautiful. All right, so we got a decent amount of kindling cut. I have some more in the garage. Trailer's pretty, I mean, that's an 8-inch wheel, so you get the gist. It's about 12 inches tall, but the stove has been doing great. It's warm. I've been drying lumber out on top of it. I don't know if I got to it earlier, but these right here, I will burn these underneath the kiln if I end up making the kiln. But the saw has a leaky oiler in it. Like, I took the bar off and ran it wide open for a minute, and it was just pouring out of there like faster than, I don't know how to explain it, but that explains why I've been having to refill the bar oil so much every time I gas, because usually I can get about a time and a half without it, but now it's just been bone dry every time I fill it up with gas. But that shed isn't very wide. I think I can set it in between that oak tree and that holly bush. Like, it would be about like right there. Oh, I kind of want it to face over here, so maybe I'll move them right there. I don't know yet, but we did a decent amount of work today. Let's stack. I'm gonna stack these pallet pieces right here for time being. So we'll catch you doing that. Alright, so I guess this is all I really got for today. But no, I have no more skid. Hang on a second. Oh, golly, this is over in there. So these just sit here and just dry and get wet for who knows how long, but this is all I got for you today. Well, unless I move that shed, but that'll most likely be a different video. So thanks for tuning in, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.